Hi, I'm Symantha Holben, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about the work that we do to strengthen and build commercial horticulture value chains under the Cambodia HARVEST project. HARVEST is a large, diverse, integrated 5-year project to develop agriculture-focused solutions to low productivity, post-harvest losses, malnutrition, lack of market access, environmental degradation, and the effects of climate change on vulnerable populations. Our work is located in 4 provinces around the Tonle Sap Lake. And this farmer with the beautiful smile is one of our commercial horticulture clients. Her name is Sri Mom, and in the next couple of minutes I'm going to tell you a little bit about her and why she's smiling. She's a 40-year-old farmer with 2 children who lives in Kampong Thom province. She and her husband have a small family farm where they usually grow 1 crop of rice per year. And the success or failure of that crop really depends on droughts and floods, which are occurring with more frequency. She and her neighbors sometimes try to grow vegetables for their families, but without knowledge of basic good agricultural practices and using low quality inputs, their production is always quite low. In 2013, when Harvest offered her the chance to work with the program, she decided it would be a good opportunity to make more money out of their land. Slowly with the program, she learned how to prepare her land, grow seedlings, install drip irrigation, fertilize crops, and how to recognize and treat the most common diseases and pests. With co-investment from the project, she grew her first crop of yard-long beans on an area of 800 square meters with frequent hands-on training and mentoring from Harvest technicians. She also learned simple, affordable technologies and practices to help make her farm more resilient to the intense wet seasons and the longer, hotter, dry seasons that are the result of climate change. Big rains are a problem now, she says, and it's only getting worse. Cambodia HARVEST introduced Sri Mom and her neighbors to input suppliers, and these are small local businesses that were focused primarily before on selling as many inputs as possible, but not necessarily selling the right inputs. Under Harvest, 340 input suppliers learned the value of providing high-quality inputs to their customers, as well as learn how to manage agrochemicals like pesticides and fertilizers so that they could pass that information on to their clients. This work benefits all levels of the value chain. Producers see higher yields, input suppliers see higher sales, and distributors are encouraged to provide better, safer products, something that's good for all Cambodians as well as the environment. And because the approach is market-driven and incentive-based, it has sustainability. When Sri Mom harvested her first crop, she sold about 1,400 kilos of yard-long beans for about $700. She ended up netting about $550 of profit and was able to keep some of her harvest for household consumption, adding some much-needed diversity to their diets. For her second crop, she decided to grow cucumber, knowing that market prices are high, especially for those that are graded and sorted at the farm. To date, more than 9,000 commercial horticulture clients and beneficiary households have improved their yields by 230% and have seen income gains of up to 205%. As more and more farmers in her area started to grow vegetables, Sri Mom decided to join a new producer group supported by the project. The group negotiates orders and prices with local collectors and also helps them develop cropping plans. Working with groups instead of with individual farmers benefits buyers who have always struggled to meet the demand for higher quality, high volumes of vegetables for their customers further up the value chain. Harvest has linked buyers with a steady source of high quality vegetables, many of which end up in formal markets like hotels and restaurants. It doesn't matter what this group grows, says one buyer based in Siem Reap. If they grow it, I'm going to buy it because I know that I can sell it, he said. To date, Harvest has helped about 74 producer groups with about 12 to 18 members each across the 4 provinces. And in the meanwhile, Sri Mom and her family have increased their area under production from 800 square meters to about 1,300 square meters. And now they often hire help from the village to help them work their fields. As a member of a producer group, she has a direct linkage with a buyer, giving her access to more lucrative provincial markets. And for next season, she's decided to try to grow melons, a crop that's more difficult to grow, but also promises higher returns. If I can get a good result this time, she says, I will plant my entire field in melons. After 18 months, she feels confident and empowered to continue growing and selling vegetables. She has the skills to grow a number of crops demanded by the local market, and she knows where to buy high-quality inputs. Now, even if her crops develop downy mildew because of an early rain, or if there's another drought in Kampong Thom this year, she has the skills and the knowledge to minimize her damage. And that's why she's smiling.